Hey, what's going on YouTube? Down Paris 21 here, and I'm here today to actually discuss on, I guess, currently the most controversial topic in this game. And I mean, the news has been out about it for a while, but I wanted to do some more research about it, and that's brake rides. Brake rides. Yep. So, for those of you, real quick, who do not know what brake rides are, basically what it involves is it's a grade 3 unit, limit break 4. Usually when you ride a grade 3 of the same clan on top of it, you gain like plus 10,000 to your Vanguard and other crazy power skills. But let me go ahead and read off one example of a brake ride card. Liberator Gansalot, which is the new Gold Paladin support card. So, Gansalot skill. Limit break 4. When you ride a Gold Paladin grade 3 on top of this unit, one of your Vanguards gains plus 10,000 and 3 of your rear guards gain plus 5,000. Wow. It's a lord, so it cannot attack. This card cannot attack if you have another clan in your rear guard circle or Vanguard circle. And when he's boosted by Gold Paladin, he gains 2,000. And he's 11k. Yeah, remember Gansalot from set 1? How no one played it? Yeah, he's got better. So, brake rides. What do I think about them? Yeah, honestly with brake rides, I'm going to say this a lot, by the way, so keep count. Brake rides just make it way too easy. It's way too easy. I mean, think about it. Think about it. I ride a grade 3 on top of that brake ride that I rode last turn. Plus 10,000 to my Vanguard. Soul Saver Dragon. You know, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I think back to set 1. Like, I've been playing this game, English of course, since set 1, right before set 2. And I remember when I first saw Soul Saver Dragon, I was like, man, this card is ridiculous. And then I remember when Barkle was a legal starter, and it was so easy to set up. But now, I mean, of course, Bushiro did the right thing and nerfed the Barkle, saying you cannot start with Barkle because it's too ridiculous. So it was like people still played Soul Saver Dragon, but it was a little bit more to work for. It still wasn't hard to set up, but it's not handed to you to give plus 5,000 to your rear guards. And even if you get the skill off once, you only have to deal with it that one time. And that was it. So it was good, it was really good, but you had to work for it, and it's like a one-time thing. It's not like something crazy. Brake rides kind of take that concept and throw it out the window. It's too easy. They made it way too easy. I mean, just think about it. What is the cost? What is the consequence to playing a brake ride? There's really no consequence. All you have to do is ride the grade 3, and just ride another grade 3. I mean, that's all you have to do. In the meantime, they can still attack for 13,000 plus. You know, boosted by like a 7 and 8k. They can still attack for 20, 21 against your 10 to 11k Vanguards. If you have a cross ride, okay, whoopee. Okay, whoopee. I mean, brake rides kind of throw the concept away of having a bigger Vanguard anyway. But, you know, there's no counterblast. So, there's no counterblast. There's no consequence behind it, like, you know, like, I don't know, retire all your units if this thing hits after you do the skill, you know, there's nothing like that. So there's no regrets. Because what I actually did was, I was on Beyond, I was actually talking with some guys about brake rides, and what we decided to do was like, hey, you know, let's proxy out a Liberator deck using Gansalot. We'll both have the same builds, or, no, let's just proxy out a deck, but we didn't have the same builds. So I ended up building a Gansalot deck. I ran like 2 Platinum Azul, and I tried out the new Alfred. New notification. I tried out the new Alfred. I put 2 Alfreds, 4 Gansalots, Liberator Gansalots, and the 2 Platinum Azul in the deck. And yeah, it's pretty crazy because like what I did was I wrote a Platinum Azul over the Liberator Gansalot, did the brake ride, and then I did Ultimate Brake. It was ridiculous, and that was automatic game. Automatic game. And the funny part is, like, my opponent had 2 perfect guards in hand, but he couldn't handle like all 3 columns at once. It was ridiculous. And he did, and then of course we played another game, and then he did his brake ride, and I didn't have any perfect guards. It was weird. I kept damage checking my perfect guards, and I was forced to perfect guard the previous turn because I was at 5 damage, and he was still hitting for like 21 against my 10k Vanguard. So I just perfect guarded. I had no choice, and then he survived my following turn because I couldn't brake ride, and then, I mean, he just, like, killed me with that. He killed me with Gansalot. So, it's pretty crazy. Now I can see the kind of imbalances, I guess, because like if you don't get open up with the break ride, you're gonna see that. I mean, you won't see it as quickly, because if you don't open up with the break ride, then you have to like draw into it, then you ride it, wait another turn, and then ride another grade 3. I can see how it is, but it's just too easy, because the most broken thing I've done when I was testing it was riding a break ride over a break ride. So it's like I always had that pressure there. And just the fact is that I had a GAN slot in my Vanguard, it really like scared my opponent. It forced them to kind of like really conserve those perfect guards, not just to waste them. So it forced, like, both of us kept like saying no guard at 4 damage despite the crits in our decks. I mean, that's kind of like what it forced us to do, because the perfect guards are too precious, especially with break rides. Oh, excuse me, late game. So yeah, I mean, I think the concept of break rides is not bad. I think it's fun. I mean, you have to, I mean, you, like, keep in mind, you have to, in order to keep a card game going, you have to keep presenting, like, cards, skills, gimmicks that are pretty crazy powerful, but fun. You know, it gets more excitement in the game. The thing with break rides, like I said, it's too easy. There's no consequence behind it. Like, here's how I would personally design the card so that it will still have the same power, but, you know, it's not going to be abused. It's not going to, like, be crazy. You know, because one, they should not be 11k base. Make them 10k base. 2, they should have some kind of cost. Not just riding a grade 3 on top of it, because we all know how hard that is. It should be like, you know, Counterblast 3, Counterblast 4, and do all these skills. Because, like I said, I wrote a Platinum Mazel over a cancel lot. Game. Simple as that. So it should be some kind of, you know, a cost to it, like Counterblast, discard a card, or something like that. So 10k base, some Counterblast cost, and, you know, if there's going to be no Counterblast cost, at least let it have a consequence. You know, some kind of backdrop. Like, if you look at Exculpate the Blaster, he can attack all your opponent's rearguard units at once, all of them, wipe your opponent's field, but you have to get rid of all your soul, and you're stuck, and then you're left with a grade 2 Blaster Blade. So it's like a final push you're gonna make with it. So I mean, it's really powerful, but that's why people aren't like going crazy for the card. I think personally, I think the cost is a little bit too high for that kind of skill, but you know, the skill's pretty broken. But there should be some kind of backdrop to it, like at the end of your turn, discard a card, or like I don't know, ride this card in your soul at the end of turn, or it could be like you can only use a skill of break ride once per game. That's it. Like, the minute you do the break ride, that's it. It's done. You can't do it anymore. So, I mean, something like that will make the card, it'll make it a little bit more balanced, more playable, and it's still playable, but it's going to be more balanced, and it's not going to be as broken, not going to be as easy to do. So there's more resource management that you have to do. So, I mean, that's just what I feel with break rides. Now, break rides is kind of like the final straw for a lot of, like, Japanese players. As we know, like, you know, if you don't follow them, you know, Difference in Skill, Chan, which is probably, like, one of the more popular guys, if not the most popular guy on that channel, he is pretty much quitting Vanguard. He did say that he was getting kind of bored with the game, which I guess I can understand why. I can understand if it's not your playstyle. I mean, if the game doesn't suit your playstyle, then don't invest more money in it. But I think like the break rides is really a final straw for a lot of players to take this game competitively. But I mean, I'm not quitting anytime soon. So please, you know, relax. But because I mean, English players have yet to get these cards, so it's like far in our horizon. So we're still waiting for cross rides. But I've always been one to keep playing, keep at something until I'm burned out of it, or like until I can get a better understanding of it. Because I remember when I first saw Limit Break, I thought Limit Break was broken as hell, and I was like, oh my god, I want to quit this game. But then, you know, I played it, and I was like, you know what, it's not that bad. You just got to play around it. I think Break Ride's the same thing. I mean, it's really overwhelming, the power concept of it, just the power things, the power level of it, you know. But I think it creates a different playstyle of like guarding very early so you can take the break rides later, causing your opponent to kind of sit back on it a little bit longer, conserve more. So, I mean, there's different ways to play around it when I was testing it out on Beyond with proxy decks. So, I mean, I'm definitely gonna give it a try when it comes out. I think it's an interesting concept, but I think there's some balances that needs to be made, and I wouldn't be surprised if I don't see it. I wouldn't be surprised if I see it on a restriction list anytime soon. So yeah. So there you have it, guys. That concludes my thoughts on brake rides. Definitely, I want to know what you guys think about brake rides. You know, are you anticipating them? Are you excited for them? Do you hate them? Do you love them? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I like talking with you guys about this stuff. And as always, definitely give a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for some more content. And other than that, guys, that's my discussion. And I'll see you guys later.